Thanks for stopping by the channel. Please take the time to subscribe. Thank you. In recent years, the socioeconomic landscape has shifted in ways that have disproportionately affected single women. From economic instability and housing insecurity to rising mental health struggles and lack of reliable partnerships, many single women are finding themselves in crisis, laid off from jobs, evicted from their homes, and facing homelessness. These outcomes are not just products of individual choices, but reflect a larger breakdown in social, economic, and relational systems. The economic squeeze. The aftermath of the pandemic, global inflation, and technological disruptions have reshaped job markets. According to data from various labor studies, women, particularly single women, have been among the hardest hit by layoffs, especially in service sectors, education, and healthcare. These are fields where women, and especially women of color, are overrepresented. When a woman is single, she typically doesn't have the safety net of a partner's income. That makes job loss more catastrophic. Rent becomes harder to pay, credit card debt racks up, savings dwindle quickly. In dual-income households, there's room for one partner to be unemployed temporarily. For a single woman, it's an immediate crisis. Evictions and housing instability. Skyrocketing rent prices in major urban areas are creating a tidal wave of evictions. Single-income households are at a disadvantage from the start, especially with stagnant wages and a widening wealth gap. The median income often isn't enough to secure stable housing, particularly in cities with booming real estate markets, but little affordable housing. Single women, especially single mothers, are disproportionately affected. With children in tow, the stakes are even higher. A missed rent payment can lead to eviction, which in turn leads to poor credit, further disqualifying them from safe housing options. The silent surge in female homelessness. Homelessness among single women is rising, often hidden behind the statistics. Many couch surf, stay in motels, or live in their cars, unwilling or unable to enter shelters due to safety concerns. There is also an increase in invisible homelessness. Educated, working women who sleep in airports, 24-hour gyms, or even work offices because they have nowhere else to go. Mental health struggles, exacerbated by financial pressure, isolation, and social stigma, worsen the situation. Depression, anxiety, and burnout are common, often untreated due to lack of access to health care or time to prioritize self-care. Where are the men? The decline of traditional relationships and the erosion of stable partnerships has also contributed to the instability. Many single women are navigating life without the support, emotional, financial, or physical, of a partner. While this is sometimes by choice, in many cases it's due to the lack of emotionally mature, economically stable, or committed male partners in their age group or community. This absence can be traced to broader cultural shifts: delayed adulthood, rise of casual relationships, digital dating fatigue, and fractured gender dynamics. Marriage rates have plummeted. Cohabitation is less common, and many women find themselves caught in an endless cycle of dating that leads nowhere, just as they are trying to build or maintain careers, manage children, or chase entrepreneurial dreams. The priority problem. Some critics argue that misplaced priorities have contributed to the crisis. The pressure to have it all, career, independence, freedom, luxury, and romance, can sometimes lead to short-sighted decisions. Overspending to keep up appearances on social media, investing in short-term gratification over long-term stability, and ignoring financial literacy or support systems until a crisis hits are common missteps. There's also the issue of performative independence. Many women were taught to never rely on a man, a principle rooted in empowerment, but which, in its extreme, can lead to isolation. Without a strong support network, emotional, financial, or relational, independence can turn into solitary struggle. Solutions and strategies. This crisis doesn't have a single solution, but there are pathways to resilience. Financial literacy and budgeting. More women are turning to personal finance education, online resources, and community workshops to understand debt management, investments, and financial planning. Co-living and cooperative housing, creative solutions like shared living arrangements, women's co-ops, and communal housing are gaining popularity to reduce housing costs and build community support. Therapy and support networks, prioritizing mental health and building sisterhoods, both in real life and online, have helped women cope with emotional burdens and avoid isolation. Career reinvention. Some women are shifting to remote work, tech careers, or freelancing to adapt to a changing economy and reduce dependence on volatile job sectors. Relationship reevaluation. Others are rethinking their approach to relationships, seeking partners aligned with long-term values rather than surface-level appeal. Conclusion, a call for realignment. The struggles many single women face are real, urgent, and painful. But this is not a story of failure. It's a call for realignment, a call to shift priorities from appearance to substance, from independence as survival to interdependence and mutual support, from short-term thrill to long-term strategy. Empowerment must evolve. It's not just about doing it all alone, but about building a life that's sustainable, supported, and shared. For society at large, this moment demands empathy, investment in women's housing and employment programs, and a reshaping of cultural narratives about success, partnership, and fulfillment. Because when single women crash out, we all lose, and when they rise, they bring entire communities with them. Let me know if you'd like this styled for a blog, magazine article, or YouTube script, or if you'd like a version targeted at a specific demographic or location.